This is the 2024 Genesis G70. There are a lot of changes for 2024. New colors, new technology, safety features, standard Brembo brakes, 2.5-liter base engine has 300 horsepower, and there's quite a few other changes. Now, there are two engines available. We've reviewed the larger engine. You can check that out up here, but this is the 2.5-liter turbocharged engine. One thing that's distinctive about the Genesis is the two-stripe headlight. Now, this quad headlight LED design is standard, as well as the crest grille and the new logo. The 2.5-liter rides on Michelin Primacy Tour tires, really nice driving tire that gives you a little bit of a spirited handling with the roadway. These are 19-inch alloy wheels and standard, like I said in the beginning, Brembo brakes that have a Genesis logo on them. Really nice, and I like the red and blue, kind of Superman. You'll also find that these vents on the side of the fenders are functional because you want to get the heat away from the brakes and of course away from the engine, and it's all about airflow and design. This sports coupe is available with 10 different color combinations, really pretty colors like this one. Of course, there are other colors available if you like something more subdued. There's black and there's silver in your traditional colors, as well as red. The warranty is 10 years, 100,000 miles, and that's a standard across the Hyundai lineup. Complimentary with the purchase of this Genesis is 3 years, 36,000 miles of basic maintenance, as well as Service Concierge, which allows for pickup and drop off at your home. Again, nice little features that the competition is not offering. Across the back of this vehicle, you've got the Genesis logo G70. This is the all-wheel drive. You can also get it in front-wheel drive. We'll talk about that in just a second, as well as what's under the hood and some interior details. In the end, we'll talk to you about the pros and cons, the competitors, and the price point. I do like the quad exhaust, which is standard on all new Genesis G70s. So the passenger side seating also has lumbar, which is nice, beautiful seats. Really like the stitching and the detail. And one of the things that Hyundais and Kias offer is the adjustability from the second row so that you can adjust forward or back. Really nicely thought out details, and the materials are really nice as well. This is not real leather. It just looks like it's a pebbled pleather, as I would call it. Going into the second row, you've got seating for 3 people and 2 child safety latch systems right there. Behind the center console, you have ventilation, as well as 2 USB-C charge ports. And that's behind each of those seats. This vehicle does seat 3 people across the back. There is also 2 really nice cup holders. Thank you for not making them plastic, but they're actually built in with really nice detailing around the outside. There's no additional storage except for in the doors there is cup holders. The one thing you're going to note is this is a coupe style. So you're going to see that the head clearance for me, I'm 5'8". It's okay, but if you're really tall, this might be too tight for you. Again, this is true with all of the competitors. Knee and leg room is going to be limited based on your size and the size of the drivers. Sit in the back seat. See if it works for you and your lifestyle. One of the really nice features that Genesis offers is these beautiful keys. I love this white key with the beautiful Genesis logo. All of your start-stop information is here on the side. If you get Smart Park, which would be in maybe a different model, it would be on that side, but overall, I love the white. You get a white and you get a black one. I like it. I think it looks really nice. Very classy. Matches the interior also. Interior details are quite impressive. High quality, much what you would see in a more expensive car. Soft touch materials, real stitching, which is nice. Of course, aluminum trim is new for this year as well. The display, 10.25 inch. You can change it to what you need or nothing, if that's what you prefer. Gives you some options. Further down, you've got ventilation, which is all new buttons, really nice and clean and modern. Your start-stop button is over here. Climate control is new as well for 24. Under the hood is a standard 300 horsepower, 2.5-liter powertrain with 300 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 time is 5.8 seconds. That's 48 more horsepower and more torque than last year's generation. Now, the rear-wheel drive gets 21 miles to the gallon in the city and 29 on the highway, while the all-wheel drive gets 20 miles to the gallon in the city and 28 on the highway. There is an optional 3.3-liter V6 engine with 365 horsepower, 376 pound-feet of torque with a 0 to 60 time of 4.5. That's quicker than a lot of the Audis, BMWs, and Mercedes rivals. Both engines are backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters with 5 distinct drive modes. And these front braces that you see right here, those are for better handling to keep those tires down on the ground. All right, inside of the Genesis G70 with the smaller engine, I do like this. I think it's a really nice balance. First off, you can see it's pretty bright in here. We've got a glass roof, but we need it open in order to get the camera shot for you. There's different drive modes. You got a Sport Plus, which I like, a Custom, and of course going back the other direction, you've got a Comfort and an Eco. So we're going to go into the Sport Plus. I've been driving it around in the regular Comfort mode. You can feel the instant engagement with the pedal. Really nicely done. Like I said, it's not meant to be a race car. It's meant to be a fun car to drive. And I like the exhaust note. It sounds to me as though it's manufactured and piped through the speakers, but it also has a nice engine note to it because you do have an actual dual exhaust. So you've got your 10.25-inch screen here. Also includes an 8-inch digital and analog instrument cluster, and a head-up display is available only on the 3.3 model. New aluminum trim around the panels, frameless rear view mirror, Lexicon premium audio, which is quite spectacular, 15 premium speakers and a subwoofer that's underneath the front seat, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, revised climate control, standard wireless charging, which is really nice, digital key 2 on the 3.3, so it's not available on the 2.5. There is USB-C connection ports as well as other charge ports. Nice handling, good contact with the roadway. This is the all-wheel drive on the Michelin tires, which I really like Michelin tires. But overall, this vehicle has improved quite a bit. I think the handling is very confidence building. If you're not a performance driver, but you just want something fun to drive, you need to take this for a spin, especially if you're thinking about one of the German brands. The Germans should be quite concerned. I keep saying that because Genesis has been hiring a lot of the German designers, the engine developers and so forth, and what they're doing is they're putting it together in a very reasonably priced package with a lot of standard safety features, which I think makes a huge difference. Standard for Genesis safety features include blind spot camera, which is in-dash, standard automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, standard lane departure warning and lane keeping assist, standard adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning and automatic braking, highway drive assist, and blind spot collision avoidance assist. Fun. Now let's bring it down to something that's more normal, a regular sport mode. You don't need the Sport Plus. We're just driving it around. Still sounds good. Still feels confidence building. I like that about this vehicle in general. And I also love the warranty on that. I think that, and the maintenance included. The Germans don't offer that, that is for sure. You know, this car, you could drive it all year round and not have to worry about it whatsoever. Very impressed with what they've come up with. We're gonna go down to the comfort mode, and now it's gotten quiet. And you still have that confidence with the road. The great Brembo brakes, huge fan of Brembo brakes as well. I mean, they really got some big brands that they've tied in with. And I think that's really important because you want a tire that's gonna last a long time, that's quiet, but you also want good brakes. Boom, there you go. I really like this. And that's an eco mode. That's eco mode. That's still pretty darn good. Let's go back to a sport mode, which is what I prefer. Of course, it doesn't help the fuel economy, but you don't drive a vehicle like this for fuel economy. You drive it because you want to have fun. Because driving a car is engaging. And that's what you lose, is that engagement when you're driving some other brands that are out there, and not necessarily direct competitors, I'm just other brands in general. But I'm sure you've got some comments on that. You can put that down below. Cargo space for the Genesis G70 is 10.5 cubic feet with a 60/40 folding down rear seat. There is a compact spare tire as well. The 2024 Genesis G70 offers a ton of value. Look at the competitors and you'll start seeing, okay, wait a minute, you're getting a lot for your money. Standard safety, standard technology, beautiful interiors, which is part of the pros and cons. Love the interior, standard safety, tons of technology, a very fun to drive car, and the interior colors and exterior color combinations are quite spectacular. You can really tell this vehicle has been upgraded in so many ways. Now on the negative side, there's a tight back seat, but that's true with all the competitors, and I really wish there was a flat bottom steering wheel across the G70 lineup because that's all about sport. Now let's talk about some of the competitors. The 2024 Genesis G70 competes with the Audi A4 as well as the A5, the BMW 3 Series as well as the 4 Series, and the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. I would say that the Acura also competes with this as well as the Ford Mustang and a few other vehicles, but it's important to test drive them all, check with your insurance company, and you'll find there's a huge difference. That's going to make a difference in your budget. Now when it comes to pricing, this vehicle starts at $43,900 for the 2.5-liter engine. Our test vehicle came in at $49,700, and that included destination delivery. That was the bottom line. There might be some deals on these. You'd have to go to the factory website, check with your dealer. Anytime there's an incentive, you certainly don't want to leave it, especially if you're a past owner of a Genesis. There is a loyalty program as well as a conquest. If you're coming from one of the German brands or one of the other brands, ask for the discount because you don't want to leave it on the table. Now, I'm sure you have some additional questions when it comes to the 2024 Genesis G70. Put them down below. Let's start that conversation. I'm more than happy to answer them. If you'd like to support our channel, we appreciate the like, the subscribe. We really need your support, or you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is in the description, or stay a second longer. We'll give you a way to save some money on your cell phone plan. Appreciate your support. You can contact me through all the details down in the description. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching. Have you ever thought, why in the world is my wireless bill so darn high? What are we paying all this money for? Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk and text, mobile hotspots? We are partnering with Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers all of these features for as low as $15 per month. They're reimagining the wireless shopping experience and made it easy and online. No stores, no salespeople, just huge direct-to-you savings. Why should you pay more when you have access to premium wireless? Mint Mobile runs on the nation's largest 5G network. Whether you use your phone to watch YouTube, listen to podcasts, or play games, you get the same speed and performance as the big guys while connecting to Mint's network. How hard is it to switch your service? Big Wireless wants you to think it's hard, but switching to Mint is super easy. Thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have, you can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your home. And if your phone doesn't have an eSIM, Mint will ship you a new SIM card for free. Just go to trymintmobile.com/LaurenFix, also linked in the description down below, to get premium wireless for $15 a month.